zucchini pasta, where the pasta is actually made of zucchini. So we're not using a flour pasta in this case. We're going to just use nice long thin strips of zucchini. And there's also some walnuts, tomatoes, basil, so just full of really, really healthy stuff. And what's in tomatoes? Do you remember what I told you? What's in tomatoes that's healthy?
I remember.
What? Say it loud.
Lycopene!
Lycopene! There's lots of lycopene in tomatoes.
Lycopene!
Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is chop up tomatoes. And I just have a whole bunch of colorful tomatoes. The recipe calls for 8 ounces, but I'm just going to chop up a bunch of them. And Winnie's going to eat while I work. And again, this recipe is from Whole Living Magazine. And the original recipe is a raw recipe, but I'm just kind of in the mood for warm food today, so I'm going to alter it a little bit.
A big one.
Oh, we got a tomato on the run. I'm going to alter it just a little bit for myself, and I'll make sure. A big one. I'll make sure to post the recipes for both. So these tomatoes smell so good, and again, the little ones I'm just having, but the bigger ones I'm quartering. You see the magazine is right there, my little cheat sheet if I need it. Although these recipes are so easy, it's really, really, really easy to remember them. I've read them through just a couple of times.
Yucky.
Oh, you don't like the big one? Why don't you go with the little one? Here's the little one. Eat the little one. Good girl. Okay, so I think that is enough tomato. Get these out of the way. And the other thing I'm going to do is just some organic raw walnuts. And I'm just going to break these up. You could chop them. I'm just going to break them into little bits. Do you want to break up a few of these walnuts, or are you too busy? Too busy. Cooking with Winnie's always interesting. I try and involve her in just the really simple parts and then sort of let her do her own thing. So I like walnuts, so I'm going to go pretty heavy on them. The recipe calls for about 1/4 cup, I believe. Okay, so that's it for walnuts. And then we're going to do a little bit of garlic. And normally I keep a bowl on hand for compost waste, but today we're just going to shove it to the side. Oh, that's a Swiss Army knife. That's not super safe. And then the recipe just calls for the garlic to be really, really sort of thinly sliced, so it doesn't call for it to be minced or pureed. So we're just going to throw that in. Okay, and I'm just going to set that aside while I get the zucchini ready.
More chopping!
Oh, I can do it with.
Okay.
Can do this. Oh, I need to do it.
Okay, so we're just getting these, you can sort of see I'm just getting these really, really, really thin little strips of zucchini. And like I said, I'm going to cook this today, but in the recipe it doesn't call for any cooking whatsoever.
Let's speed things up. Cooking!
And then the last ingredient that I want to throw into the bowl, I might as well do it right now, is fresh basil. Here's our fresh basil plant. And this is the... Oh, sorry. There you go. Okay, so here's our fresh basil plant, and I'm just going to tear some fresh basil right off here. And it's all going to grow back, so I don't have to worry about it.
I chopped it off, Mom.
Well done. Okay. How about you use this little cutting board? Okay.
Oh,
Use
okay.
this little mini cutting board?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this counter we don't worry about too much. It's a temporary countertop. So we'll just let her cut away with her butt. Alright, so I think that this is sort of done enough for right now. I'm just going to bring my bowl over. And we can add our zucchini. And I would say, this is the first time that I've made this recipe. But I would say that it seems like the mistake that I've made so far is chopping some of the zucchini a little bit too large. But because I cooked it, I think I'm going to get away with it a little bit better than if it was raw. In order to sort of make it pasta-like, I think it really has to be really, really thinly sliced. So I'll try and pick all the nice thin bits as well as I can. I'll just make this. Okay, and I'm just going to bring it back over here. Working away busily. Let's see how this goes. And you can just sort of make a little mountain out of it, as if it were pasta.
Look, I did it.
Tomatoes and fresh.
Look, it's a little thing.
It actually smells really, really, really good. I'll get some garlic and some tomatoes. And then we can just garnish it maybe with another little bit of basil. That looks so good.
And I
A little sprinkle of sea salt, and let's give it a go. Let's try this out.
Yum! The end.